Doctors say CDC should warn people the side effects from COVID vaccine shots won't be a walk in the park. Hello, Bashim Bashim Kakudash, double honor to the head elders, the apostles of Great Millstone. I'm going to read this article, and Lord willing, if the Spirit allow, I'm just read the article, man, because we're in some heavy times. The Spirit hit me to bring out scripture too. I will do so, but I just want to read this because this is goodness, man. This is what's happening. This is updated 4 hours ago. All right, just in. Okay, the CDC must be transparent about the side effects. Goodness, man. People may experience after getting their first shot of a coronavirus vaccine. Doctors urged during a meeting during Monday with CDC advisors. Dr. Sandra Freihofer said that both Pfizer's and Moderna's COVID-19 vaccines require 2 doses, as she worries whether her patients, I'm just reading an article, all right, whether her patients will come back for a second dose because of potentially unpleasant side effects after the first shot. Both companies acknowledge that their vaccines could induce side effects that are similar to symptoms associated with mild COVID-19, such as muscle pain, chills, and headache. A volunteer is injected with a vaccine as he participates in a coronavirus disease vaccination study at the Research Centers of America in Hollywood, Florida. Freaking idiot. And it looks like one of the tribes, a Negro, a Latino. It looks like one of the Latino tribes. Volunteering. Public health officials and drug makers need to warn people that coronavirus vaccine shots may have some rough side effects so they know what to expect and aren't scared away from getting the second dose. Doctors urged during a meeting Monday with CDC advisors. The recommendations come as states prepare to distribute the potentially life-saving vaccinations as early as next month. Dr. Sandra Freihofer of the American Medical Association said both Pfizer's and Moderna's COVID-19 vaccines require 2 doses at varying intervals. As a practicing physician, she said she worries whether her patients will come back for a second dose. So they're saying it's going to be they're going to implement a second dose. It's going to be 2 doses that you got to get of this damn thing, man. Because of the potentially unpleasant side effects they may experience after their first shot. If this thing was intended to be for your betterment, all right, why are they afraid of potentially unpleasant side effects that they may experience after the first shot? Because they say, I've seen that they said it takes about 10 to 15 years to produce a so-called vaccine, man. And this is going to be the fastest manufactured vaccine in American history. And that should tell you a lot. All right, it tells you a lot. It tells you that according to prophecy, all right, that the so-called white man is speeding up his plans for his new world order. We really need to make patients aware that this is not going to be a walk in the park, Freihofer said during a virtual meeting with the Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices, or ACIP, an outside group of medical experts that advise the CDC. She is also a liaison to the committee. They are going to know they had a vaccine. They are probably not going to feel wonderful. See, come on, man. They're telling you right here. But they've got to come back for that second dose. Yo, man, this is it. Call all of y'all, man. Alright? Participants in Moderna and Pfizer's coronavirus vaccine trials told CNBC in September that they were experiencing high fever, body aches, bad headaches, day-long exhaustion, and other symptoms after receiving the shots. While the symptoms were uncomfortable and at times intense, the participants said they often went away after a day, sometimes sooner, and that it was better than getting COVID-19. Damn yawning demon want to attack me, man. Both companies acknowledged that their vaccines could induce side effects that are similar to symptoms associated with mild COVID-19, such as muscle pain, chills, and headache. One North Carolina woman in the Moderna... Yo, man. This is something else, man. One North Carolina woman in the Moderna study who was in her 50s said she didn't experience a fever but suffered a bad migraine that had left her drained for a day and unable to focus. She said she woke up the next day feeling better after taking Excedrin, but added that Moderna may need to tell people to take a day off after a second dose, man. Yeah, how about you and Shah this eye? I pray and I hope that this thing jacks you people up beyond recognition. Alright? If this proves to work, people are going to have to toughen up, she said. See this? They don't give a goddamn. They don't care what the side effects are. They want to have everybody with this concoction of madness. There's this poisonous potion. Alright? This witchcraft dose up in them. They want to jab them, you know what I'm saying, with this dose. The first dose and the second dose. They don't give a damn what the side effects are for you. Because you know why? You're going to have that DNA altering stuff up in you. And it's going to, whether you live or die, is going to be according to how they want your body to react with the chip if you live. If this proves to work, people are going to have to toughen up, she said. The first dose is no big deal. No big deal, but it's getting people feeling kind of crazy. And then the second dose will definitely put you down for a day for the day for sure. You see this demonic shit, man? You will need to take a day off after the second dose, she says. Like people really have the means to take a day off of work after all that is going on in the world. Who can really afford a day off of work just because? Tell me. During the meeting on Monday, Dr. Nancy, director of the CDC's National Center for Immunization and Respiratory Diseases, said the agency would work to develop guidance if a healthcare worker got a vaccine and then felt unwell the next day. How does that impact planning on a hospital level in terms of which staff gets vaccinated which day, she said. Patsy Stinchfield, a children's Minnesota nurse practitioner, and officials are drug makers could try talking about the side effects in a more positive way. This is some nefarious, demonic stuff, man. All right, I'm gonna just continue on reading. You know, this is in your face stuff, man. This is a straight up article. I'm reading it. CNBC.com. All right, YouTube, you can't take this video down because I'm reading word for word what this article is saying. Okay? Let me find back where I was at. Patsy Stinchfield, a children's Minnesota nurse practitioner, said officials and drug makers could try talking about the side effects in a more positive way. She said they could use language such as response instead of adverse reaction. These are immune responses, said Stinchfield, a past voting member of the committee. And so if you feel something after a vaccination, you should expect to feel that. When you do, it's normal to have some arm soreness or fatigue, some body aches, and maybe even a fever. Here did you take a freaking vaccine to prevent these feelings and they're telling you that, hey, if you get them, don't worry about it. It sounds like in some of these trials, maybe even having to stay home from work. Dr. Grace Lee, a professor of pediatrics at the Stanford University of Medicine, agreed, saying a coronavirus infection could be detrimental to an entire family. If they have to miss 14 days of work, that's a huge amount to miss, said Lee, who was a member of the ACIP, told CDC. I think we do have to think about the vaccine itself. So even people are like, yo, we might have to think about this thing, man. Like, this thing can really mess people up. While there may be some short-term work loss issues, I do think that has to be balanced with the risk of getting an infection. Stinchfield said some people in the trials have actually been disappointed when they don't suffer the side effects being reported by others. People have been disappointed. Yeah, right. Sure. And this damn devil gotta go. Alright? Thinking they must have gotten the placebo. The committee meeting comes 3 days after Pfizer and its partner BioNTech applied for an emergency use authorization from the Food and Drug Administration for their coronavirus vaccine. The FDA process is expected to take a few weeks, and an advisory committee meeting to review the vaccine has been scheduled for early December. Some Americans could get their first dose of the vaccine in about a month. ACIP is expected to call an emergency meeting to make specific recommendations on distribution once the FDA authorizes the vaccine. Federal agencies are already sending vaccination plans around the staff. 5 agencies have started telling employees they could receive Pfizer's or Moderna's COVID-19 vaccine in as little as 8 weeks. A person with first-hand knowledge of those plans told CNBC on Friday. So there we are. There you have it. Word for word. CNBC. Doctors say CDC should warn people the side effects from COVID vaccine shots won't be a walk in the park. All right. Shalom to the elect.